Boom, chickadee chanker. Hello, everyone. It's the Flying Pig here on Flying Pig United with another little cheeky video for you. This is going to be a preview for the Manchester United versus Chelsea game tomorrow at Old Trafford, taking place in the Premier League. Come on, United! We've got to smash up these scummers regardless of how gash we've been lately and try and restore a little bit of pride, which these players seem to be lacking in general. But we're going to get into all the team news, all the latest news and all that good stuff in this video. Do us a favour at the start of this stream, though. Smash that like button on it. Give it a huge, juicy like and a thumbs up. Share it around on social media if you're that way inclined as well. That always helps us out. And get yourself subscribed as well so you can get involved with the live chat of the legends, such as J.A., Snipes, What's Going On, Johnny M, Berber, Talk MU, Ulf793, Luexen, Owen Thorne, Kieran, and everyone else as well. Thank you very much for joining us. So yeah, we're going to get into the latest sort of team news information. Obviously, Ralph Rangnick's done his presser earlier on, and we got information in regards to the team. It's a bit of a shit show, guys. We've got a lot of players out injured at this moment in time. In fact, it's good, isn't it? Good. Harry Maguire's out injured for potentially the rest of the season. Fucking get in. That's good. I'm happy about that. I'm not happy that a person's been injured. I'm not happy that a person's in pain. I'm just happy that this twat's not going to play for us for the rest of the season, potentially. Because he has been pretty gash-tastic for us, as have a lot of the players. Paul Pogba out injured. Nice one. Fucking get in there, my son. Come on. You know what I'm saying? I'm sick of these guys anyway. So the fact that they are injured, well, that's good. There's 7 players who are actually out injured right now. We'll get into that in just a moment, but hey, you know, that is the sort of big news from it, is the fact that Harry Maguire is probably not going to be available for the rest of the season. He might be able to come back soon, but Ralph Rangnick, during the press conference earlier, did say Harry Maguire is not available. He has an issue with his knee. It's not a big thing. He hasn't been training neither yesterday nor today. Maybe he's expected to be back just before the end of the season, but still, hopefully he could be out of the team. Hashtag Slabby out. Get in there, my son. I know you shouldn't really be celebrating one of your own players getting injured, but in this circumstance, I think that it's appropriate. Fucking get in there. You know, so because it means we're going to see some other combination at the back. In all fairness, last game, we did see a different combination at the back. Lindelof and Varane. Was that any better? Well, no. That was absolutely horrendous as well. So, whichever way, we're damned if we do, damned if we don't. Even if we stick Eric Bailly in there, he's probably going to shit the bed too. That's sort of what's going on with our whole bunch of mediocre gash defenders. But we'll talk about that in a little bit anyway in regards to the team prediction, etc. So, there you go. Hey there, Dibby TFM. What's going on, Ben Roper, 10-ton man? Hey, Stoggy Stones, Chief Shrewman, Gangster Times, Rush Up Felicia, Oh Busy the Beast, Berber. So many legends in here, guys. Thank you so much for joining us. Smashed that like button on the video. And also now, let's just get into predictions for the game right now. I don't usually do this right at the start of the stream. I'll dip into it a bit later as well and catch the latecomers as well for their thoughts. But let's see what your predictions are for the game. I think we're going to lose, guys. I think we're going to lose 2-1. I'd love to give it the old Billy Big Bollocks. I think this might be the first prediction that I've maybe said all season where I've actually said we're going to fucking lose. You know, or actually had proper confidence that we will lose. I'm sorry to say, but Manchester United are kind of gash right now. And you look at what we've been doing, what we've been playing, how we've been playing, who we've been playing. We got smashed up in the last game. Couldn't show any sort of, you know, resemblance of anything good at all. The previous games against the likes of Norwich, not good enough. We did win, but not good enough. The likes of Everton game, it was fucking pathetic. I've got no faith whatsoever in these bunch of players to outperform Chelsea tomorrow at all. I'm sorry to say. Chelsea are actually fighting for something as well. Like, there is still a possibility that Chelsea don't qualify for Champions League football next season, and they need to secure that, which is therefore that, you know, they're going to be absolutely going for it. Thomas Tuchel is relishing the prospect of playing Ralph Rangnick again as well, and he's doing everything he can to focus on next season as well. Apparently, I mean, there's quotes from Fabrizio Romano who tweeted here earlier on and saying that, you know, his focus is on Chelsea and trying to do well with Chelsea, and even sort of insinuating the fact that he will still be here next year. So, you know, everybody's still got things to play for at Chelsea, whereas at Manchester United, nobody's got anything to play for. Man United don't seem to care. The players are a bunch of tiny bollocks, shrivel merchants. They're absolutely melters. And for those reasons, I just can't see us having the pride, reaching deep down into the loins and showing the pride that is required to beat Chelsea right now. Usually I'd say, even if we got nothing to play for, it's a Chelsea-Man United game at Old Trafford. Surely Man United are going to turn up and fucking put in a good performance. But I don't feel like that with this current Manchester United team. I'm just being totally honest. I feel like they're a bunch of absolute little girls. And that's actually a disrespect to little girls. They're a bunch of little boys. That's what they are. And it's fair to say that I'm very disappointed with them as a team, as a collective. They're a disgrace. So for that reason, I'm going for 2-1 to Chelsea, guys. There you go. I've said it. 2-1 to Chelsea. I know, horrendous, but that's it. I'm trying to be real about the situation. I don't think we're going to win. Easy loss, unfortunately, says 10-ton man. Let's have a look at these predictions coming through then. We got 2-2 from Gangster Times. 3-0 Chelsea, says Reece Brown. 3-0 Chelsea, says Flabby. At least 1-1. Berber says 4-1 Chelsea. 2-0, says Scujo. 1-3, says Nathan Phelps. What are our chances of making top 4? The VA golfer, what are the chances of us making top 4? Dude, I don't know, mate. Maybe the same chances of Harry Maguire winning a handsome man competition. I don't know. Not very high. And by the way, I wouldn't win that competition either, but he ain't fucking winning it, is it? I'm just saying, but not very high chances pretty much there, to be honest with you, bud. I'm thinking like 10% chance we've got. We do have the possibility of beating Chelsea, and maybe if we did that, that could give us a little bit of belief to go on and win the last few games of the season. You do have to rely on the likes of Tottenham and Arsene in particular to completely bottle job it, which they might do in all fairness. So, yeah, it's still a possibility, but I just don't feel like that's going to happen. Let's ask the live chat, what position in the league do you think Manchester United finish? I think we finish 6th. I've just completely lost my mojo with Manchester United this season now, guys. I can't get behind this particular set of players. I don't feel like they will win tomorrow. I really hope we do. I hope we smash up Chelsea, obviously, show that pride, show those bollocks, have a reaction after the previous few bad results. But I just can't see it from this set of players because they're too bang average. They don't have the loins, they don't have the heart, they don't have the desire. I don't even know if some of them got the ability. I mean, we know that Luke Shaw's not going to be featuring tomorrow. That means Torres is really realistically going to play. Well, he can't defend. You know, it's like, well, we've got issues wherever you look at the team. Hey, we've got 1-1 prediction from the Vutinator and 3-0 from Ezio de Torres to Chelsea. Stoggy thinks 3-3. Chris Chu thinks 3-2. We are at home, Rajat Felicia, but it's not exactly that Manchester United's Old Trafford has been a fortress this season, is it? Let's just be honest, mate. It's not exactly a guaranteed boost for us, the fact that we're playing at home. In some ways, it might actually add a bit more added pressure to this set of players who can't seem to handle any pressure whatsoever. So, I don't know. I don't think the home advantage actually helps us right now. Ordinarily, yes, but the way this team's playing, I just don't think so. Dibby thinks 3-1. Akash thinks 1-0 to United. Get in there, my son. That's a nice, strong prediction. I like that. 3-0 to Chelsea, says Farabi. 4-0 to United, says True Schumann. 2-1 to the winning team, says United Forever. Nice. Okay, and in terms of where you guys think you're going to finish as well, Berber says 6th. Cedric Burner says 7th. Ezio says 6th. Obizzy says 8th. 3-1 to United, says Susan Lively Sue. How you doing tonight, Susan? Talk MU. What's going on, my son, says 5th. Flabby G says 2nd. Farabi says 6th. Okay, so most people saying 6th. Luex saying Phoenix, Chief, everyone's saying between 6th and 8th anyway. I don't think many people have got faith that United are going to get 4th. But stranger things have happened, but you've got to beat Chelsea. You've also got to hope on the other teams that they absolutely bottle job it, don't you? 4-0 to Chelsea Pig. I'm not confident. Me neither, Talk MU. It's a sad, sad day to be a United fan at the moment because we all are feeling the same way that United can't play for toffee, mate. We're absolutely bang average right now. We've got to get 5 or 6 of these gash players out that are currently in the team and then get some new players in. It's 100% what we've got to do. So anyway, getting back into it, Ralph Rangnick appeared before the media, of course, and he just said some interesting things. He said Fred is unfortunately not available also. We know that Harry Maguire's out injured. Jadon Sancho's got tonsillitis as well and has been added to the absentee list, which also has Edinson Cavani on and Paul Pogba on and Luke Shaw on. Fred's also on that list, as is Harry Maguire. So we do have a heck of a lot of players out injured here, guys. Jadon's ill with tonsillitis since yesterday, couldn't train and will not be available. Also, Fred, they trained yesterday. After training, he had a conversation with Fred, who said that he doesn't feel fully fit right now. He's not 100%, and with a player like Fred, who's always committed to give his very best, he doesn't think that it makes sense with the muscular injury that he had to play him too early, because that would mean we take the risk of re-injury, and this is something that I don't want to do. So he won't be available, unfortunately, tomorrow. Hey, Gungshi, thanks for getting it. Oh, shit. Gungshi, thanks for getting in here with a super chat, you legend. Can we get a Sue in the chat there for the Don? Gungshi Leone. Thank you, Gungshi. He says the heart says 2-1 United. The loins have stopped buzzing and say 3-1 to Chelsea. You were probably right, mate. Gungshi, thank you so much, Gungshi. I'm with you. I think we're going to lose. they've got more to fight for right now. I think they are a little bit of a better team right now as well. Look, Tuchel's won the Champions League with them last season. They're okay in the league. Yeah, they've fallen off recently, you have to say that. At one point, it was looking like maybe it could be a 3-horse race, but they've fallen off quite considerably. But either way, they're still a better team than Man United are right now. It doesn't mean United can't beat them. If United turn up, have a proper good performance, I suppose you could make it happen. But I think they're more reliant on Chelsea having a bad game as well as Man United just having a great game. Because I actually don't think, even if we do have a good game by our team standards, maybe we're not good enough to get the job done. Look at that Arsenal game last time out. Now, we did defend like a bunch of absolute gash. Okay, some of those goals were absolutely laughable the way we conceded them. And the referee was completely against us, and he was a complete tosspot. But I didn't actually think, if you look over the 45 or the first 45 minutes, yeah, they were the better team. But the second 45 minutes, I thought we were the better team. If you look over the 90 minutes, I feel like it was an even game of football for Manchester United. It was a little bit better at times. I'm not saying it was great. It was a little bit better, but what happened is a little bit better for Manchester United is good enough for a 3-1 defeat right now. So I really don't feel, even if we do turn up to a good standard, that we can still beat them. I just think we're a bad team right now, guys. There you go. We're a bang average team. He said Paul obviously is out. Fred, Edinson, Luke Shaw and Jaden. Jaden's ill. He has tonsillitis since yesterday, so he couldn't train and will also not be available tomorrow. He also gave an update on Cavani and said that he should be back in training on Friday. So the day after the Chelsea game, according to the team doctor, and then he'll have to see, says Ralph. So we could see Edinson Cavani feature for Manchester United before the end of the season again, but it is looking quite likely as well that he may have played his last game for United too. Harry Maguire, in some ways, I hope he's played his last game for Manchester United. If he is out injured the rest of the season, I'm sure he'll still be here at the end of next season because he is like the ultimate turd that won't flush. He's too much money. He's on too much money. I don't know if there's a queue of teams lining up around the corner for that guy. But also he said on regards to Edison, he has been out for quite some time, but according to our team doctor, he should be back in training on Friday. Gangshi Religion, thank you so much. Hey, thank you, Berber, for putting a link to the channel membership in there, my son. I'm going to pin that to the top of live chat. Yeah, guys, if you want to support the show, it's $1.99 a month. You get access to emojis and stuff. You don't have to. We treat everyone here exactly the same, but I'm going to pin it to the top if anybody wants it. By the way, we got nearly 60 likes on the stream. Everyone smash that like button. We could do better than that. Bacon Brigade, assemble! Do get your thoughts and opinions in and smash that like on the video if you're getting in here for the first time tonight. And also subscribe if you're new. You only need to be subscribed for 1 minute to chat away. So come and get yourself involved with the chat and the legends. Right. Hydra Zoda, prediction for the semi-final pig. Come on, Villarreal. Let's be smashing up these Scousers. I don't know and I don't care. Right. Okay, so we got lots of players out, guys. That's the issue. Oh, also, Aaron Wan-Bissaka. Sorry, I forgot to mention that. Aaron Wan-Bissaka is also a doubt with an unspecified issue. Okay, so Aaron Wan-Bissaka's got some concerns. Ralph said this. It's possible, in regards to using youth players. He said we have quite a few players missing tomorrow, and 1 or 2 will still have question marks, so we'll have to wait and see until tomorrow to see if, for example, Aaron Wan-Bissaka can play. And he said, I already played Hannibal at Liverpool, so it's possible I'll play the youngsters, but we also have to be fair enough to those players. It has to be the right moment. They should have a chance to play well and perform, so it's not just pushing them into a game. I think it should also be the right moment. Which basically sounds to me like he's going to play no youth players whatsoever, guys. That's what it sounds to me like. So let me just get my predicted lineup in the live chat real quick, or on the screen, guys, so you can just see what I'm working with here. So this is what I think is going to be selected tomorrow, or what I think Ralf Rangnick is going to select tomorrow, and that is this, guys. Here it is right here. So as you can see, we've got De Gea in goal, Telles at left back because no Shaw, even though Telles has been gash for us. Lindelof and Varane starting. You could choose Bailly. We saw Lindelof and Varane last time and they were gash, but that's probably what's going to happen there. Varane on his day is a great defender. Lindelof can be good alongside him, but last time out that was not the case. We can also, I assume we could probably see Dalot maybe at right back because Wan-Bissaka has got a knock and he's not expected to necessarily feature. I suppose you could see somebody else coming in at these sorts of positions. Maybe Phil Jones. Maybe Lindelof playing right back and Phil Jones starting at centre back. But I believe it'll be a back line similar to that. You look at the midfield, well, it's going to be Matic, it's going to be McTominay more than likely with the players we've got out injured with Fred and McTominay unavailable. I'll be very surprised if he starts anybody else in those positions. So Matic and McTominay probably going to come in there. And then we've got the usual suspects at the top of the pitch. And when I say usual suspects, I mean the usual gash players, really. Because all of this, actually, no, sorry, let's not discredit Ronaldo and Elanga. But let's just focus on Rashford and Bruno for a moment. I feel like he will play Rashford. He could give an opportunity to a youngster, I suppose. But it's a big game against Chelsea. He's going to want to try and get somebody who's got some experience there. And Rashford, well, I was going to say he is a good player. But you know what? He's not a good player. He was a good player. And there's a big difference. He's got to get himself back on track and sort himself out because this season he's actually been completely gash. But I expect him to play. Bruno Fernandes, again, he's not performed well whatsoever. If you look at how he's been playing recently, seemingly as well since he signed his contract, it's been an absolute gash state of affairs for him. He's got to step up and actually have a Portuguese Magnifico styly game. It's been a little while since we've seen that. If Bruno performs, if he actually has a real banger of a game, he can win you a game, Bruno Fernandes, but we just haven't seen that for quite a while now. Chris Barker says at least Maguire's effort is there. The attainment isn't as good. Rashi, Bruno, Jesse, Shaw, Dalot, just bang. It's a fair point. You make a fair point there. In terms of effort levels, yeah, maybe Harry Maguire does try, but he's kind of like, I don't know, a really, really busy sous chef or something, or a waiter that's just like gone into the kitchen. He's got a big plate of fucking, got a big pile of plates. He just smashes them all over the floor, trips over a fucking step, my son. That's what he's doing. He might be working hard, but is he dropping the plates? I think that he is. So unfortunately, yeah, for me, he's gash. But you're right, though. There's other players there that don't deserve to play because they're not showing those effort levels. I think Rashford might be one of them. If we look at Rashford and what he's done, we see other players thankfully out injured right now, such as Paul Pogba, who is leaving at the end of the season. Jesse Lingard leaving at the end of the season. Nemanja Matic may play. He was leaving at the end of the season as well. So it's like these players are already pre-set up to leave. Do they even care? Do they have that same fire in their belly, that passion? We can only hope that they've got pride. Somebody like Nemanja Matic, if he starts in the team, is looking at this like his final swan song at Manchester United after many years at the club. Maybe he's going to try his absolute guts out for Manchester United. That's what I would hope. That's the sort of mentality I would hope to see from these players, especially players like Matic, who've been here a while. But I don't expect to get good performances from players who are already set up as leaving. Flabby G says, will I find a reason to yell at Slabby during the game? We'll see. I doubt it. He's not playing, so it's unlikely. But anyway, so Rangnick said quite a few players are out tomorrow. So we just have to wait and see, guys, what selection it's going to be. But I do think it's going to be something resembling that. He also was talking about targets in the summer, top 4, and our possibility of getting it, etc. He was asked about that. And this is what he said. He said, of course, it would be better if we played in the Champions League next season. But this also affects other clubs. This is not only a problem that Manchester United has, and the renewal of the contract of Bruno showed that it's still possible. Hold on a second. Let's just put a pin in that one. So the renewal of contract of Bruno showed that it's still possible. Hold on. What's still possible? To get really good players. What do you mean? He's been pretty shy, actually, this season for us for a start. Secondly, we shouldn't have even offered him or given him a poxy contract. It's not like he's signed for somebody else in the summer on a free. He was literally contracted down for 3 years. I understand he was getting paid an absolute pittance compared to most other people in the squad for the standard of player that he is. But isn't that something that a new manager should maybe assess and address once he's come in? It seems strange timing to give him the contract. And no, that doesn't show that Manchester United is still possible, that we can sign players or have very best players around here because, well, he's already here for a start. He's already here at the club. It's different to attracting a player who's playing at a different club. So, and also, when Bruno Fernandes signed his contract, I don't think it was as far gone, definitely, that Manchester United were not going to get top 4. So I don't really understand that statement there, in all fairness. Maybe I've read it wrong. Maybe I listened to it wrong as well. But I just personally don't understand that. Like, Bruno showed that it's still possible. Still possible to what? Just unnecessarily give somebody a contract when they don't deserve it. Yeah, that's what it is possible for Manchester United to do. We've seen us do that many times over the years, and it's a disgrace. But anyway, this is what he said. He said, this club is an attractive club, and with a new manager, a new approach, and the way he wants to play, this is still a massively interesting club. And I'm looking forward to helping Eric and everybody at the club to get the best and change the whole approach next season so that United can be a top club again. Which sounds great, and that's all well and good and everything, but yeah, I mean, I think that's a desperation move from Manchester United getting Bruno signed up at that time, in all fairness. That's just my take on it. Okay, so lots and lots of players, should be going out in the summer. Rangnick's keen on bringing a lot of new players in. He says it doesn't make sense to still be talking about the Champions League as well in top four. With Manchester United, obviously the chances of our season finishing outside the top four. He says, we have 4 more games to play. Oh shit, we got a new member. Hey, get in there, my son. Hey, thank you so much for being a member of the channel, Chris Koo. Hey, get in there, my son. Cool. Chris Koo, get in there. Let's get some dove emojis in the live chat for Chris Koo. Cooing it up in the live chat. And he's become a member of the channel. Thank you so much for supporting the show there, Chris Koo. Cool. Really appreciate you, Chris Koo, you legend. Thank you very, very much. Everybody, get your favourite emoji from the Bacon Brigade in the live chat to welcome Chris Koo. Thanks for the support, my friend. He says, Sue. Thank you so much for the support, Chris Koo. That's very, very nice of you. Let's get a Sue in there for Chris Koo. Top man. Thank you very, very much for your support, bud. And dove emojis. Thank you, Razak. How's you doing tonight? Hey, buddy guy. Hey, I'm not your guy, buddy. I'm not your guy, buddy. I'm not your buddy guy. Hey, buddy guy, what's going on? Hey, Lily Gamer, I saw you in here at the start as well. I saw you confident about Chelsea smashing us. Look, I can't really say too much at this moment. I personally think that we probably will lose, as sad as it is to say. I hope that the boys can somehow show up and fight for Manchester United, fight for the badge, and just shove Chelsea's head down the metaphorical toilet and give them a swirly tomorrow and maybe damage their Champions League hopes a little bit, because that would be fun, wouldn't it? It would be fun. But I just got a feeling that they're going to turn up and beat us at home. There you go. Just got a feeling. But hopefully I'm wrong. But he did say we have 4 more games left to play. The next 2 games are at home at Old Trafford. We will just try and get as many points and win as many games as we possibly can. In order to do that, we need to play on the best level we possibly can. Chelsea is a good team, but we know that if we play well, it's possible to win the game tomorrow. I don't think it makes sense now to still speak and speculate in the Champions League. We need to be realistic. Even if we win all 4 games, it's not in our hands. What is in our hands is how we play. What is in our hands is our fucking penis, because all these players are a bunch of fucking Tommy tankers this season, my son. But anyway, he says what is in our hands is how we play, our level of performance. It's about for this season to finish on the best possible note. Obviously, if the results are not going well and we lost 3 of the last 4 games, the morale, energy in the locker room isn't as good as it would be. Still, we have to perform. This is what we're getting paid for. It's important for the players, knowing the new manager, to show we are able to beat a team like Chelsea. This is our job. This is what everyone has to do, and that is what we've been working for. It's your job. It's an absolute disgrace and a nonsense. Roy Keane would be throwing punches at them, and he wouldn't let them on the coach. It's their job. He's right. It's their fucking job. So regardless of whether we got top 4 or not, hopefully we see a super professional, committed performance with big work rate, big effort levels from the boys tomorrow. Try and do the fans proud at Old Trafford, of course, rather than what we've seen recently, which is just some tepid, mundane display, bunch of funnies, diddy-daddy, fitty-fannying around, barely playing any decent football, and actually in some of those games looking like they don't even necessarily have the effort levels that they should have as well. It's a disgrace. But Rangnick does still think that Manchester United is a very, very, very big club, and is still capable of, bringing new players in. But I don't see how us signing Bruno Fernandes down to a new deal makes us seem like we can still sign top players. He was already here for a start. Top 4 wasn't necessarily gone, and we offered him a shitload of cash, way more than his current contract. And so, we've done that. It's more of a desperation move than anything else. Okay, so also Tuchel insists Rangnick's squad is still packed with quality players and is looking forward to Thursday's trip to Manchester. This is what he had to say. He said, I'm personally very happy to face them at Old Trafford. For me personally, it's one of the biggest stages. I arrive with a strong club and team. The best way to arrive. This match will always be big for me, no matter what position or form they are in. Hey guys, we're nearly at 100 likes. Thank you everyone for joining. Do smash that like button. Let's get over 100. Sue! Thanks for joining us as well. I can see there's a bunch of new legends getting in here. Dan Davey, Tom V79 as well. Thank you for joining tonight. Ryan Mann as well. Will Perplex You. Bunch of heroes. Okay, so Thomas Tuchel has been saying, I'm personally very happy to face them at Old Trafford. I arrive with a strong club. He said, that's the way we prepare. It's the best possible way. We don't reflect so much in their situation. We focus on their last matches. We should not get confused by the lack of results. For me, the squad is full of quality. I mean, the squad is full of quality, right? If we're looking at that lineup there, which I put over on the right, if you actually look at that lineup, if those players turn up and play well, and Rangnick sets them up to a reasonable standard to get the job done as well, there is a lot of good players in there. I think you look at Bruno Fernandes, he could be a match winner. Ronaldo, He's absolutely a match winner. Okay, that's about where it stops. But I was just trying to pick up the team. But no, seriously, if Elanga plays well, he's a danger. If Rashford somehow goes back to the Rashford of old and actually has a performance, who knows, he can make an effect. Matic has had a really decent couple of games, I think, recently. Hey, look, he's not perfect. He's getting on. But I still think he gives you quite a bit of control in the middle of the park. Scott McTominay, he's Getch, in my opinion. I think he's been getting a D grade every single season for the last few seasons now. He's bang average. Hey, Susan Livesu says Sue and K Slater 23 as well, getting in here. The Raw Don. What is going on there, K Slater? Great to see you, my friend. He says, time for the boys of the Baker Brigade to play Chelsea this Thursday. I can't see the bottom of your comment there because it's cut off, but you're a bloody legend, K Slater. McTominay, if he turns up and shows some fire in his belly and maybe, actually performs to a good standard and he is that industrious player, maybe he can have a good game and boss that midfield. It's unlikely. He does turn up every now and then though and have a really great game. Let's just hope it is tomorrow. So you have got players in there that are good players that can win this game. But you just look at Chelsea's lineup. I mean, let's just have a look at Chelsea's predicted lineup right now. I mean, they've had a couple of good results in the last games. Let's just look at their form. In fact, they did lose to Arsenal 4-2. They beat West Ham in the last one. They beat Southampton 6-0, of course. They lost to Brentford 4-1. They beat Newcastle and they beat Norwich 3-1. Those are the last 6 games in the Prem. So 4 wins and 2 losses out of their last 6 Premier League games. You look at the form, they're 5th in the league table in terms of form guide, 5th in the form table. And if you look at where Manchester United are in terms of the form table, we're down there in 16th position, my friend. Absolutely shitting the bed. Our last 6 games look like this. 3-2 against Spurs. Well, everybody beats them. 1-1 with Leicester. 1-0 loss against Everton. 3-2 against Norwich, just by the skin of our teeth. 4-0 drubbings against Liverpool. 3-1 beaten by Arsenal. So we are not in a good place right now, guys. We're not in good form. Our form is right down there along with the relegation fodder. So not good over the last 6 games. We're looking poor. Chelsea looking much better. They're 5th in the form guide. And they will be confident, I think, to come and get the job done against us. Their starting lineup's probably going to be 3 at the back for them, which they've done quite a bit this season. But, Mendy, Chalobah, Thiago Silva, Azpilicueta, Ruben Loftus-Cheek, N'Golo Kante, Jorginho, Alonso, Mason Mount, Kai Havertz, Timo Werner. Something like that. I mean, I'm not sure really because it depends who's fit and all that kind of thing. But I think something like that, which if you look at that team, it's a stronger looking team than Manchester United right now, particularly in the midfield. That is where this battle could be won or lost. If our midfielders turn up and actually have a really, really good game, then maybe we could match these guys. But I just feel like we're going to lose that midfield battle no matter what with the players they've got. And we'll have to wait and see. I've just got a feeling it's going to be a bit of a scrappy game of football, but Chelsea may come out as the victors. Gaz Newton, what's going on? He says, at least if we're in the Euro Conference League, we can compete football again, looking for the positives in this shit. Gaz Newton, I suppose we can compete in some sort of gas European football, mate. Mate, what is this, mate? Man United shouldn't be in the fucking Inter-Toto Cup. You know what I mean? Who remembers that? That's basically what this is, bro. It's like some second-rate BS. Oh, we can't be in any of that rubbish. For a start, Europa League is terrible. Conference League's guff. I would rather we finished 8th and didn't have any sort of European football than that. But that's the sort of predicted lineup for Chelsea. Their form guide is so much better than Manchester United. We're looking really rough in that department. It's just a nightmare. Hey there, Rightis Valunius as well. Great to see you. Yeah, hey, I've been doing videos the last few days. But, guys, let's just have a quick prediction. There's 165 legends in here. I did ask this at the start of the show, but I just want to get your thoughts very quickly before we move on with the prediction for the game result. What's your prediction for the game? I'm going a 2-1 win to Chelsea. Sorry to say, might be the first time I predicted a loss for United this season. I try to be optimistic, but I think we're going to get battered, to be fair. I just feel like we haven't got the pride, we haven't got the bottle in the team, we haven't got the sinew and the real... we haven't got the bollocks, guys. It's as simple as that. So, for those reasons and the fact that Chelsea are still fighting for, top 4, I think they're going to put in a good inspired performance. That's my opinion. Jason Shane thinks 1-1. Razak says 2-0. Dan Davies says 2-0 Chelsea. 3-1 win with Ronaldo hat-trick. Go on, Ryan, man. Love the optimism. And with Ronaldo in your side, you've always got a chance. 3-0 Chelsea, says Xavi Elmoko. Scouse Don says 2-0 Chelsea. Rashid says going 2-1. 3-1 with Ronaldo. Hat-trick, says Ryan Mann. Eamon says Chelsea 2-0. Tom V 5-0. Dean M 3-1 Chelsea win. 2-1 says Rightis to Man United. Get in. 1-1 says PS. He thinks it will be a draw. Chris Koo says 3-2 United. Let's go. I like your style. 3-2 Chelsea says Ryan Lynch. 3-0 Chelsea says Eduardo Tour. Gungshi says 3-1 Chelsea. Chiefs Rumour says 7-1 Chelsea. Enough! Okay. That's enough, guys. Fair enough. Thank you so much. Bunch of legends. Look at that. 2-2 says Chelsea. 4-1 says Liddy Gamer to Chelsea. A lot of us, sadly, are predicting a Chelsea win. Even though they're the away team, I guess it's because top four's looking kind of done for United. And a lot of these players are leaving in this summer, or some of these players are leaving. So it's just unlikely that we're going to see a big, bad, great performance from Manchester United. Okay, so that's the team there, guys. And I didn't even talk about Elanga, by the way. Sorry. Elanga on the right. I believe that Elanga is going to start the game. And he's probably our best sort of player in up there at the moment, along with Ronaldo, of course. He seems to be playing with freedom, without fear, and seems very confident. And he's pretty effective most times we see him. So I've got to hope that he's going to have a good game tomorrow. But he should absolutely start. I mean, he's going to have to start anyway with the players we got out injured. Ronaldo up top. Cristiano Ronaldo, the Sue man, the main man, the Don. Who's the guy that even in that absolutely shoddy game against Arsenal Hollands, who's the guy who scored us the goal? Go on, who is the guy who scored us that goal, guys? Who was it? It was the man Cristiano. And who also scored another goal that was put in the back of the net, which was a lovely swivel and volley bit of technique that was just a Nats ball bag offside. It was Cristiano Ronaldo. It was Mr. Sue. Absolutely, Rajat. It was the Don. I've got no doubt in his abilities. I've got no doubt in his quality and his effect on games where he can get us to win a game with a couple of moments of magic, even if the whole team hasn't necessarily performed quite well. So he is the X factor. He is the little added, cherry on top that we've got that could maybe cause an upset tomorrow. Because let's face it, he is a goal scoring machine. And if you could just get him a few good chances, he will take them more often than not. So he's only had a couple of bad performances this season for us, which is, he's only human. Most of the time it's down to the team being absolutely shocking behind him and not being able to give him any sort of service whatsoever. He might be the sort of player that, maybe he is the sort of individual guy up top you've got to feed, and he's going to be that true goal scorer. But that's what you've got to do. You've got to feed him. As long as he's getting fed, he will eat it up. Primart, your legend, says 2 Sues for Ronaldo tomorrow. Primart, you read my mind, mate. That's exactly what I was going to ask the live chat here, is how many Sues do you think that we hear tomorrow against Chelsea? I'm going to say 1 Sue. I think we lose the game 2-1, and I think he's responsible for our goal because he's the best player we've got. Even at 37 years of age, he's still the GOAT for me. So I'm going to say he scores 1 goal. I think we lose, but I think we hear 1 Sue. How many Sues do we hear tomorrow? Sue! Primot thinks we hear 2. I would love that, mate. That'd be sensational. Flabby thinks 0. Yeah, Eamon Barrett, that's it. If anyone can, it's Ronaldo. These rival fans better not write off Ronaldo anytime soon. Elliot says 1 massive Sue. You think Rudiger will pocket Ronaldo tomorrow, says Scouston. Well, we'll hear hopefully 2-3, says Rashad Valacia. Berber says 1. Razak says 0. You think 2, Susan Lively Sue. Okay, I'm liking your style, Susan. I like your style, and I also really do like Primot's style. I think he's going to get a couple of goals tomorrow. Stranger things have happened than him scoring a couple of goals and winning us a game. In fact, in recent weeks, he's been doing that for fun, really. Look at that Norwich game. He scored us a hat-trick and won us the game. He did score in the last game and had one ruled out by a Nax ball bag as well. And then in the previous game against Spurs, he also won us that game as well and got us an awesome hat-trick and literally won us the game. So he can do it. We know that Cristiano can do it. But if he doesn't do it, it's not down to Ronaldo, He's having a struggle with this service and the gashness of this team. So good luck to him. I hope he can get the service tomorrow and add to his Premier League goals tally, which is actually not bad at all. Quite impressive for the sort of time he came in. He did miss a few games at the start of the season as well. And considering just how bad Manchester United have been, for him to get as many goals as he has, I'd say is actually a big credit to him and what a player he is. He's just still individually brilliant, isn't he? And that's sort of what saves us. Susan Lively Sue says, is Bruno captain for tomorrow? I think so. Personally, Susan, I wouldn't give it to him. I would give it to Cristiano Ronaldo. And I've said that many times because I think he's the best leader we've got. And he is also the guy when it comes, like, as in, he sets the example. He sets the standard. He's got such a high standard. He himself performs to a ridiculously high standard. Bruno right now has not been performing to a high standard, sadly. Ronaldo always performs to a high standard, or more often than not. He's the guy. So I think that sets a good precedent, having somebody like that lead your team and be the captain, rather than some perennial melter who's always coming in shitting the bed. I think that definitely Ronaldo, if he could have the armband, he would rise to the occasion as well. He would relish that. But also, I think a lot of the team would like to see Ronaldo leading the side. That's just my opinion. Obviously, Ralph Rangnick doesn't agree because he's given the human breeze box, Slabby Maguire, the captain's armband most of the time he's been here. And when Maguire's out, he's given it to Bruno Fernandes. And by the way, I'm not slagging off Bruno Fernandes. Like, actually, Bruno Fernandes' assist stats, or not assist stats, Bruno Fernandes' chance creation stats this season. I'm not talking about last season. I'm talking about this season in the Premier League. He's number 1 in the Premier League for actual clear chance creation. Go and look it up. But guess what? A third of those chances have been converted compared to, I think Liverpool converted like 66% more of the chances from Trent Alexander-Arnold than Manchester United did from the chances from Bruno Fernandes. So there has been a finishing issue as well as some points this season as well. But Bruno has been shy, but by his standards. He's given the ball away a lot. Maybe his stats don't show all the times he gives the ball away, because he does play the ball forward and take risks, and in doing so is going to create chances. But at the same time, a lot of the time, it's not showing, those stats don't show him getting the ball away to the opposition, giving the ball away to the opposition. So, yeah. But Bruno Fernandes is not really playing too well at the moment. I think he likes having the armband. I think he will fight tooth and nail for the team. I think he's a good character. Next season, I hope he comes back and has a great year. This season's a very nondescript season for him. He's had a few good games, but more often than not, it's been a letdown as well. It's a shame because he really was our main guy for 18 months, where he looked like he was just unstoppable, and maybe like, what Kevin De Bruyne is to City. I still think he can be that for us, but this season has just been so bad from him by his standards that it's a worry. It's a big worry. Yes, Joe, get in there. ER Dan says, I don't care anymore. I hope we get 9th and avoid Europa League next time. I finish this damn season and let Ten Hag slowly rebuild. AR Dan, spot on, mate. I'm with you, sir. That's exactly what I want as well. I couldn't agree more. Just play the kids. Hey, we smashed 100 likes on the stream. Come on, get in. Appreciate you all for getting in here and hitting that like on the video. That helps the channel out. It helps us compete with the clickbait merchants, the charlatans, the shithouses, and the corporation channels. So if you're interested in supporting this stream, that's what you got to do. Drop a cheeky little free like. Also, if you're new, drop the subscribe. Click the bell icon like your name was Quasimodo. Esmeralda the bells! So you get notified when we post and go live, which is every single day. Follow us on social media as well, guys, at Flying Pig United. Okay. Right, so there's the predicted lineup, guys. Harry Maguire's season may have reached a premature end with the news that he's going to be out with a knee injury, and also may even be out until the end of the season. We'll have to wait and see. Nah. Wave. Goodbye, Slab. I've never been so happy to have a player injured before. I'm sorry to say, I know it's harsh. You shouldn't celebrate this. But I really am genuinely happy that Harry Maguire is not going to be available for the next few games. It's not that I want him to be injured or anything, guys. It's just that I don't want him to play. I think he's gash. And so I'm really happy that he's not able to play. Rangnick said he has some knee issues. Not a big thing. He didn't train yesterday and today. Get in there. Charlie Anthony, thank you for the super chat, my son. He says, what you going to do when the Pigomaniacs... What you going to do, brother, when the Pigomaniacs run wild on you, brother? Hey, I don't know, Charlie Anthony. Charlie, thank you for getting in here with your super chat, mate. Can we get some sort of, I don't know, Hulkamania emojis in the live chat there? Thank you so much there, Charlie Anthony, for your super chat, mate. Get in there. Absolutely, get in there, Piggy. Slab out. Spot on, Premo. It's time to go. I would like to see him sold. Okay, so Tuchel's relish in the prospect of playing Manchester United anyway. Marcus Rashford is probably likely to start. There won't be any youngsters, I don't think. Maybe Mejbri could get a cameo. He did come on against Liverpool, remember, and looked quite good. We've also heard that maybe left-back Alvaro Fernandez may be called upon, but it's unlikely that he would start the game. I think Torres is going to be given the nod. Luke Shaw's out injured. We've also got some news that perhaps Shola Shoretire could feature in the game, and also Alejandro Garnacho could be featuring the game. So some youngsters could feature, but as you can see from my lineup there, I personally do not think that Ralf Rangnick is going to start any of those youngsters based on what he said. He pretty much said in his press conference earlier that he doesn't really want to drop them in at the deep end against Chelsea, and they have to be brought in the right games at the right times. So I very much doubt he's just going to play a whole bunch of kids against Chelsea, even though maybe that's what he should do. As I've discussed many times recently, I think that's what we need now. The season may be over in terms of top four, especially if we lose to Chelsea or don't get the win against Chelsea. Like, we absolutely should just blood the youth. So lots and lots of players out injured, guys. That is the big news. Right, Garnacho. Ralf Rangnick said that the youth players at the club have a chance of being involved in Thursday's Premier League clash. Garnacho and Mejbri have both recently been involved in the first team squad, as well as players like Fish also coming into it. So maybe he's got some plans to blood these guys between now and the end of the season. I can't see it in the Chelsea game, though. And he said, well, it's possible we have quite a few players missing tomorrow, one or two still with question marks. So we have to wait and see. He said, I already played Hannibal at Liverpool, so it's possible that I'll play the youngsters. But it's very unlikely. Okay. Right. Also, let's just get into this, guys. Patrice Evra has come out and he said in regards to top four, Patrice Evra just says you have nothing to lose now. Just give everything. For the players that believe in it, wear that shirt. If you don't believe in that, go and see Rangnick and say your season's over. That's exactly what I want to happen as well. That's it. I mean, maybe some of these players are not actually injured. That is what I'm thinking. Maybe some of them are just like sacked off for the rest of the season and we're saying that we're injured rather than that we just want to absolutely let them do one. You know what I mean? It wouldn't surprise me. It wouldn't surprise me. But anyway, so Evra giving a message to the players. You have nothing to lose now. Just give everything. For the players that believe in it, wear that shirt. If you don't believe in that, then go and see Rangnick and say that your season's over. Patrice Evra, what a guy. Fucking love this guy. Absolutely love this guy. Okay, guys, so also the Premier League stats so far. This is on manunited.com. Just some interesting little stats in regards to it. Chelsea actually have not won at the Theatre Dream since May 2013 when a goal from Juan Mata, who moved between the club's 8-man state, was enough to secure a narrow 1-0 victory for the visitors. United are unbeaten in the last 8 Premier League matches against Chelsea at Old Trafford, drawing 0-0 last season and recorded an emphatic 4-0 win over the Blues in 2019-20 season. So, you know, those are some things that bode well. But this is a very special Man United side. And when I say very special, I mean very shit. That's what this team is. So even though that hasn't been the case for years and that Man United have done well at Old Trafford against them, well, I'm sorry to say, it doesn't mean jack shit for this moment in time because this team are a bunch of bottle merchants and we've usually got something to play for. But there is the balance possibility of balancing some home records. So a triumph for Manchester United would make it 12 wins, 12 draws and 6 defeats for the hosts at both Old Trafford and Stamford Bridge, which is quite interesting. But there you go. I mean, just, you know, in regards to statistics, you can only say so much. If we look at the BBC, they've got a couple of match facts. Chelsea have won just 2 of their 12 matches against Man United in all competitions. The Blues triumphed in the 2018 FA Cup final and 2020 FA Cup semi-final at Wembley. They're winless in 8 Premier League meetings, 6 a 1-0 victory at Stamford Bridge in 2017. So that's the last time they beat us. It was at Stamford Bridge in... That doesn't sound right, does it? Well, that's on the BBC. Anyway, fair enough. Either way, we seem to have a decent record against Chelsea, right? Am I not watching the big game since Damon Wright? I mean, I will put it on a bit, mate. It's on in 10 minutes. You know what? Fuck the Scousers, my son. Come on, Villarreal. Come on. Come on. Unai Emery, you bloody Dracula melt. Let's suck the lifeblood out of these Scousers. Please. Do it for the world. Anyway. Sorry, but that's genuinely how I feel. I just, even though some people say, oh, support the English club. Support them, you know. Support the English club. Bollocks, mate. I don't support the English club on this one. Okay. Hey, missed you too, SG. Nice one, Crisco. All right, guys. Yeah, I know a lot of you will be going to watch the game in a bit, though. But so I just got a couple more things to get into. Okay, so that's pretty much the preview done, guys, for the game. I think that's what's going to be the starting 11. I think we will lose the game 2-1. That's my prediction. Yeah, that's right. Anti-Coven, do it for the world. Fuck them, absolutely, Chris Koo. So that's my prediction for the game, the starting 11 as well. So that's my thoughts. Thank you everyone for getting in as well. I'm just going to get into a couple of other news stories very quickly. Then we're going to get into the Q&A for 10, 15 minutes or so. See what you legends got to say for yourselves. But just back to what we were talking about earlier on in the stream earlier today. Just a couple of little quick transfer updates for you. Very quick indeed, only a few. But we've got Pau Torres, again, another update, various different sources. Romano reveals Pau Torres update, and that just that he's attracting interest from top clubs again. His release clause, obviously, is going to be valid in the summer for around about 55 million euros. So he will be available in this summer with a release clause for not too much money. I think that's looking like quite a reasonable acquisition for United in terms of the centre-back. We do have a possibility for Jurrien Timber as well, coming over with Ten Hag from Ajax. And then there's a Kanji over at Dortmund. So just a little three-man shortlist there at this moment, looking likely for Pau Torres, Akanji, and Jurrien Timber. There could also be another player that enters the fray there. Maybe if United could go and get a deal done for something like, I don't know, Jules Koundé, then you could see somebody else. But at the moment, it seems like there's a three-man shortlist for Manchester United, which would be Torres, Timber, and also, as I said, Akanji. That looks like it could be the shortlist for the centre-backs. He also said that Manchester United and, of course, Manchester City were both interested, so we'll have to wait and see what is decided. Just very quickly, in regards to Ruben Neves, also we talked about that, and there's another article that's come out this evening in regards to Neves, and it says that Neves is ready to leave Wolves this summer with Arsenal, Tottenham, United, Barcelona and Atletico Madrid among the sides who will all be interested in Ruben Neves. As I discussed earlier on with Manchester United's issues right now and the fact that we don't have Champions League football next year, if a Champions League side does come a knocking for Ruben Neves, such as Barcelona, you've seen it with the Rudiger effect at Chelsea as well with Real, then you would expect him to go there instead. I'm being honest. I really don't think that there's that much to keep a player here compared to going to play Champions League football right now for a big team like that as well. So sadly, I'm sorry to say there's no affinity there really for a player like Neves to United. He's currently sidelined with a knee injury, but of course he's been a brilliant player from he's registered 4 in 31 appearances this season. He's more of a deep line sort of player anyway, but also in regards to assists and things, he's not going to get you that many assists because he's, like I say, he's somebody who's going to get you going as well with your play from midfield. But he's absolutely a fantastic player who's played many years for Wolves in the league, every single season playing more or less every single one of their games. He's not even usually out injured. So there you go. But his form has been good, and he's definitely wanted by all sorts of different teams, including Manchester United. So come on, smash a 1 in the live chat if you would like to see Ruben Neves sign for United. But as the time goes on, it seems ever increasingly likely that another club would come in for Ruben Neves, which could scupper any deal to United. Because Barcelona sniffing around, his agent George Mendes has said that he's actually been working on a deal to Barcelona for a few months. As we understood it earlier, there's a couple of teams that are being talked about for Ruben Neves, one of which is Barcelona, and apparently the door is open for Manchester United. But Arsenal and Barca at this moment in time are the only two clubs that have registered any sort of concrete interest in Ruben Neves. So Manchester United need to get the skates on and act and work on this guy. Thank you, Berber, Flabby, Paul, Dean, Susan, all agree with me that we should get Ruben Neves. I think so. I think he'd be a great signing. I think we should act on it, try and get this lined up quick, and not fanny around and not let him go elsewhere. Okay, just other quickly, transfer news, very quick. This is the last bit of info I've got before I'm going to get into the live chat for a little bit. But Mourinho is keen to unite 3 Man United stars at AS Roma. This is a report that's come out today, according to various different players, Corriere dello Sport, and various different other outlets, that Mourinho is keen to raid his former club for the likes of Nemanja Matic, Eric Bailly, and Diogo Dalot. And you know what? I could see all of those sort of happening. Maybe they're not all going to go, but I think if you pick any one of those 3 players, Mourinho would like to take them at Roma. They would probably do well to go to a team like Roma in the Serie A, where they're going to get a little bit more time on the ball. I mean, I still think Nemanja Matic, playing for Jose, doing a Jose role and a job for Jose in a Jose-style team in Serie A, probably be absolutely mustard still for another season or 2. So same goes for Eric Bailly. You look at some of the players that have gone over there in recent years. Chris Smalling was pretty bang average for us. He was good for a couple of seasons, but he went over there and he's getting in their bloody team of the year and stuff in Syria. So it's definitely a slightly easier league, I think, for these players getting on a little bit, such as Nemanja Matic. Eric, yeah, Matic is his favourite. Exactly, yeah, that's right, Dan. They can all go, Chief Shrewman. Eric Bailly's definitely going to be surplus to requirements in the summer, it seems, unless the new guy decides, hey, you're my guy. But it's very unlikely that Bailly's going to be starting next season. For Man United, he probably will be going. That's the one out of them all that I could see being the least likely. He could go somewhere else, though. Diogo Dalot has that Portuguese connection. We know that Jose's got an interest in him from the past, so it's possible that he would also go in for Diogo Dalot. And as we've discussed, maybe Ten Hag wouldn't want to keep all the wing-backs we've got at this football club. He might not actually want to keep any of the wing-backs. If he's got true freedom and he's allowed to spend the money that he generates, he might just decide to go and sell Diogo Dalot and Wan-Bissaka and buy a cheeky little right-back and then let Brandon Williams deputise for the season. If he really truly thinks there's a better right-back that can help us out, then that makes sense. Or a left back in those terms as well, because Torres is a bit fucking gashed defensively, and Luke Shaw has just got his mouth wrapped around loads of bloody baked pies all the time, and so he doesn't really care. But there you go. He's currently in charge of Roma, of course. He's looking to invest in his squad. Because of that, he's been eyeing up Premier League players that have the qualities that he wants. And of course, we know he's managed to get the best out of Tammy Abraham and Rui Patricio as well this campaign. And we know that he's the sort of guy that would be interested in Nemanja Matic. So yeah, Jonathan says Matic 100%. Yeah, he loves Matic, says Paul Story. Sub to Flying Pig, no worries. Yeah, so I think I'm going to do FIFA tonight. I'm not sure if I'm going to do FIFA tomorrow, though, guys. I just remember because the United game's on. I've got to edit the video after and shit like that. It's going to be a close call. We'll see. But definitely tonight, mate. We'll do it tonight. Matic, perfect for Roma, says Eamon Barrett. I was going to have a date night with Mrs. P, but she's just going to have a date night stream with me instead. Kim Mourinho, all of them, says Chief. Off to watch the future UCL champions. Have a good one, Piggy. You traitor there, Lou Exton. How dare you go and watch that shit? No, I'm just joking. Lou Exton, enjoy the match. Thank you so much for getting a new legend and supporting the show. And, yeah, fair enough. I will be sticking on and watching it in a bit. I'm not that interested in it. I just hope Villarreal somehow smash them up and get a result. But there you go. So, having spent a lot of his time in England, obviously, and managing some of these players with the Portuguese vibe, you could see Dalot, maybe Bailly would be leaving in the summer. He has been linked to a move to Serie A. And, of course, Nemanja Matic. I think Nemanja Matic 100% goes and signs for Roma in the summer. That's my feeling. He's 100% going to be snapped up by Jose Mourinho. I honestly think that's true. I think that will happen. Because we know Matic is leaving this summer. Well, where's he going to go to? We know Mourinho would blatantly take him. If you actually look at how old Matic is, he's only 33, right? He's 33 years of age. He's not exactly ancient just yet. He's got a bit of time left in him. I think he looks older and slower because he's so big and so cumbersome. Again, how about Juan Mata? We talked about Juan Mata now. Okay, maybe not for Mourinho because Mourinho actually didn't want him at Chelsea, did he, when he first came in? Even after 2 Player of the Year in a row. Performances for Juan Mata in 2 seasons in a row for Chelsea. Even after that, Mourinho came and I believe just sold him straight to us. So he really wasn't too interested in Juan Mata, it seems. So I doubt that would happen. But I could see Juan Mata going to Serie A for a different club and having a good career, also still for another year or 2, or maybe back to Spain. He's only 33, isn't he? As well. Jose can get whoever he wants, says Team We're to a degree. Johnny Depp's world's first mega pint of wine. A mega pint? Johnny Depp. Chelsea have 3 clean sheets in the last 5 games, so they may well be able to avoid conceding at Old Trafford, and 2-0 win for them as they have scored at least twice in a row. A fair play to Johnny Depp's world's first mega pint of wine. I appreciate that. Liverpool winning the quadruple, says Ivar the boneless. Nah. Pacey Callum says predictions for Liverpool. Pain. No, my prediction, I'm going to say, I think they'll probably win like 2-1 tonight. That's my prediction. I'm going to say 2-1 on the night. That's my prediction. I think they'll try and get the job done, obviously. Big time, early doors. Okay, so Nemanja Matic could be going to Roma, guys. That's reasonable. And Mourinho's looking to raid his former club for the services of several players. Okay, that's pretty much it, guys. I'm going to get into the live chat now. That's the preview for the game. I'm going 2-1 to Chelsea, sadly. There's the team lineup, my prediction there. If you want to look on the right, that's it. I think that's what Rangnick's going to go for. Most of the senior players that are fit. None of the youngsters I don't think he's going to start, but he might see the likes of Mejbri coming on during the game. And maybe I'm wrong. Maybe he will play a couple of youngsters. Pacey says Ronaldo Jr. is our future. He certainly looks good, man. We've got the Rudys and the Ronaldos, the youngsters coming through. Thank you so much, Scouse Don. He says, don't forget to share, guys. Let's get Pig some more viewers. Hey, Scouse Don, you're absolutely right. It does help when you give it a cheeky little share around on social media or wherever. It might get 1 or 2 more eyes in the chat. Also, as I was saying again, Drop the like on the video if you haven't done it. It's free to do so. Don't be a hater. You might as well drop a cheeky little thumbs up. That also boosts us up there on the YouTube algorithm and maybe gets us a couple more viewers as well. So if you haven't done, please do drop the like. It's free. Stone cold stun the like button. Hit the subscribe button. Get yourself involved. It's chat time. I'm just going to stick around for a few more minutes. I know a lot of you guys are going to be going to watch the gash game of football that's on now. But I'm just going to stick around for a few more minutes for anybody that does want to stay and ask anything or comment. Hey there, TJ. What's going on? He says he sent 3-1. Nice one. That would be, what, 3-1 to who? Chelsea or United? I'm guessing you mean Chelsea. Dylan says 4-0 to United, but that's just wishful thinking. Go on, Dylan. Optimistic. I know, I just can't actually get that level of optimism at the moment, unfortunately. Eyeball Paul getting in here says, any truth that the Geordies made inquiries about Maguire? I don't think there is any concrete truth on that right now, but there's a basis for it, isn't there? If you look at what Newcastle need, maybe they need a couple more homegrown players as well, but they're looking for players to take them from being down there, gash bottom of the table side. They're actually ninth right now, by the way, but to be in, a European standard side over the next couple of seasons. He would be a decent signing for them. I don't know if they want to pay £40 million or 40 million pounds. I don't know if United are prepared to let him go for that and lose so much money on him in a major egg on your face situation. That's exactly what we should do, though, is get rid. Eddie Howe might have interest in bringing Maguire in, though. I think he could be a good player for a team like Newcastle for a couple of seasons. So I wouldn't rule it out. I'd say that if there is a team that's going to go for him, Newcastle's probably one of the ones that is the most realistic, just because they've got a lot of money and they're looking to add good big name players, etc., and improve the overall squad. So I could see that happening, but I just don't think it's true at the moment. You just want to see some young players, as Eamon Barrett. Yeah, get the youngsters in there, see how they get on. Hopefully after the Chelsea game, that's what he'll do. I mean, if we lose the Chelsea game, I'm pretty sure he's going to do that anyway. So if we literally cannot get a result against Chelsea, then our top 4 chance will be completely over. He'll probably assess the team and go, hey, you're not good enough, you're shit, you're leaving, you're gash. And we won't be trying to select players just to win games. Like, for instance, tomorrow, Matic is probably going to start because of our midfield injuries. But if we're out of top 4, we've got absolutely nothing to go for 100%. Even Matic and players like that who just are definitely leaving us, there's no point playing them between now and the end of the season, really. So he might just, go for a younger player or a different option. That's right, Robin. The season's over, nothing to play for. The players might as well have some fun and play more freely. Great shout as well. Go in there raw, mate. That's it. Express yourselves. You like the look of Vinicius Jr., says Jonathan Gallagher. Oh, hello, Sailor. No, fair play, Jonathan. I think he is a really, really good player as well, mate. And but we can't get him. You know what I mean? He is a very good player. He's young. He's quick as fuck. He's skillful. But nah, we can't get him. Old Chief Smoke, never, mate. Have yourself another pipe, says the Foodinator. I don't smoke. I don't smoke cigars. I don't smoke cigarettes. I don't smoke pipes. Nate H, thank you for getting in here with a super chat, Nate. You legend. He says, Chelsea won't be having a slab melt on Rye. No, they won't. They're probably actually really unhappy about that, aren't they? If you were Chelsea, I guess you're looking at United's team anyway now, and you're going, whoever we come up against, we could probably bang in some goals. Whether it's Lindelof, Varane, Bailly, Phil Jones, whoever it is at the back, you'd feel confident as a Chelsea forward, wouldn't you? You just would. Everybody can get the better of this United backline right now. But you would be a little bit annoyed that Harry Maguire's not starting, because that guarantees a hat-trick for their forward, pretty much. Nate H, thank you very much for your super chat. Let's get a Sue in there. They can't buy a lot of top-tier players. Financial fair play, says AR Dan. Oh, okay, yeah, fair point. But you know what financial fair play means? It means, hey, let's generate money from our other company and bang it through the books and say that we've sponsored the training ground for £100 million. Therefore, justifying the commercial extra revenue and the transfer sales, and all that sort of stuff. You know it. You just know it. Just look at Manchester City. Thank you, Pacey Callum, for getting in here and subscribing, by the way. Really appreciate that. If you're new, like Pacey Callum, do us the honour of hitting that subscribe button, smash a like on the vid, drop yourself in the chat as well and say hi real quick if you want. Hey, we're only 4 likes away from 150 likes. Nice one, everyone. Thanks for hitting the thumbs up. Vinicius Probs has €1 billion buyout. That's true as well, Berber. Yeah, but it is a huge, huge amount. I don't smoke the reefer. No toes. Yeah, that's Man City blueprint, Piggy. Bent as fuck. Exactly, Cake Cadet. That's it. That's exactly what they've done as well. You've seen those reports coming out from Germany, mate, where literally they've got proof that Manchester City have been overinflating sponsorship deals, etc. It's a disgrace and a money laundering nonsense. Roy Keane would be throwing punches at them. So yeah, there's no doubt about the City's come as false champions, absolutely, Primot. And that's what other clubs will do. Teams like Newcastle, who do have big money bags owners, yeah, they're going to try and they do it by the book, so they don't get found out, they don't get fined, they don't get penalised, but they will absolutely overinflate things as best as they possibly can. Because I don't think there's any rules against that right now. I mean, look at that. You look at what City do. So they've got the Etihad Airways sponsoring everything. Well, their owners own that company, and so they're putting all this money through their books and overinflating sponsorship deals. It's like, yeah, it's easy to generate a 7-figure fucking or some sort of sponsorship deal, a huge fucking 8-figure sponsorship deal, when you own both the companies and you're just putting money, essentially moving money from one company to another. Of course it's easy to do that. It's a fucking disgrace and an absolute cheat, and this should not be allowed to happen. And really, if we had it from an objective point of view, and it wasn't all about money, and they couldn't just grease people's palms and make the troubles go away, then City would have been penalised by now for their breaches of financial fair play, and they wouldn't be able to go forward, and they should be fucking sent to the fucking Championship. That's what this should happen to Manchester City. Blaze All Day says, one more like from me. Oh, thank you, Blaze All Day, for hitting the like. Hey there, Natalie Pert. How are you doing tonight as well? Great to see you in here, Natalie. How have you been? I haven't seen you for a little bit. I hope you're well. What is your prediction, Natalie, and Blaze All Day, and No Toes, and everyone in here getting in at the end? Let us know your predictions for the game tomorrow. Do United bottle it against the Chelsea Scummers? Will Ronaldo leave us next season, says Reece Jerd. I think so, mate. I don't know. I hope not. But I just got a horrible feeling that he's destined to play Champions League football, this guy. Will he be happy in the Europa Conference League or the Europa League or any of that rubbish? Nah. I don't know, man. I mean, this is it. It's a different vibe, isn't it? Does he want to try and win the Europa League? You're quite partial to a grown-up roll-up once I finished adulting for the day, says Farquhar Lion Trousers Third. Get in there, my son. Oh, Chief Smoke says United used to be money bags compared to the rest. Well, yeah, but we'd earned it, though, old Chief Smoke. That's the difference. Manchester United's got a great supporter base that puts a lot of money into the football club. For a start, they're a hugely supported football club, right? Whereas you compare that to City, who have got about 3 fans, then they can't justify their amount of money that is being generated by their football club from the fan base and the commercial revenue gained from it. Whereas Manchester United got a huge fan base, which have always supported the club back in the day. That's why they've always been one of the biggest clubs, because they've got mad support from people. And secondly, we've actually earned our rewards, earned our success by many years of building, many years of, we have spent a lot of money. Even when Fergie came in to begin with, he spent a lot of money by those standards. But we've earned that money by our success over the years, by winning things, by having the support from the fan base. And that's the difference. I'm sorry to say, you can't compare Manchester United to a club like Manchester City, who's just a new money bags cash club. You cannot do it. Okay. Chris Goose says, look to the owners for our financiation woes, taking money out of the club since they arrived. Spot on, Chris Goose. Exactly. That's all they do. Selling off stock, overinflating stock and selling it, and also dividends. And you're absolutely right. Buying the club with debt money, servicing that debt in itself is a waste of money for Manchester United. That's a shackle in itself. Yeah, that's right. Realistic score 2-1 Chelsea. My United bias score 3-2, says No Toes. Go on. Let's be having you. Like your style. Berber says, Kate Cadet says the only good thing City has done for English football is produce Phil Foden. Fair play, he's a great talent, I must admit. How much did they pay to have that true punishment overturned? Window bans, no Champions League for 2 years. That's what it should be, Primot. I know, they must have paid a lot. They must have greased a lot of sweaty palms in order to make that one go away, my son. I agree with you. You think, and we sold players, exactly, Jonathan Gallagher. We produce talents, we sell players. Exactly. Susan says, I think Eric Ten Hag will work to convince Ronaldo to stay. I would if I was Ten Hag also. Why would you let the GOAT go? He's not the problem. Walter White was less guilty than guilty, Primot, says Berber. Yeah, they just being bankrolled. City have it good, says Chris Koo. You respect Spurs fans more than City's. Me too, Robin. I also respect other football clubs. Spurs as a football club, way more than City. Liverpool, they're playing right now. I respect them way more than Chelsea or City, because they've done it the right way. They've not just come in and spent money, illegal money, even money that's from some bloody Russian oligarch bullshit scheme of, chain of events, which is, in my opinion, it's all dirty money laundered from the fucking from the Russians. So, Chelsea have also always had a lot of dirty money buying their success. And then City have as well. So whichever way you look at it, they're a disgrace. Hey, what's up there, G-Wolf United, you absolute legend. 2-0 United win against Chelsea. Go on, G-Wolf, I love that. Vincent Bullock says 7-0 to United. Wow, you guys are feeling really good about the chances of us winning tomorrow. Me, not so much. I'm going for a loss. Charlie Anthony, thank you for getting in here again earlier on as well with that super chat you legend. He says, UAE, the same nation who owns P&O, which had a ship adrift off the coast of Northern Ireland, isn't it about time for a company like that, whose history is British, deserves better? Charlie, boycott P&O. Fucking boycott P&O these days, mate. Yeah, okay. It is better for considering the history of the company, but they need boycotting, mate. Did you see that bullshit thing they did the other day at Southampton where they sacked off all their staff and then just hired in a bunch of way lower paid scabs, basically? They're a fucking disgrace. Hashtag boycott P&O, my son, honestly. It was them, wasn't it, actually? Am I just saying it was P&O? Am I just slagging them off, or was it like Stena Line? Hang on. No, it was P&O, wasn't it? Bunch of shithouses. Preach, thank you, Gungsha, the only legend. Kate Cadet, thank you for the super chat. He says, piggy party if we sell Slabby. Oh, definitely, mate. We'll be having a street party, mate. You're all invited if Slabby goes. Batman Night Fan says 2-1. How are you going there, Batman? He thinks 2-1 to United. Love that prediction. We need positivity, says G-Wolf. We do. Mane, Mr. Amit Kumar. Charlie says 2-2 Ronaldo double during the 85 and 90 minute. Gets a draw, Pig, says Charlie Anthony. Like your style, that'd be nice, mate. We'd take a cheeky little 2-2 draw. Natalie Pert says, I honestly think that Ronaldo will not leave Man United. He may like to be the best, but his heart is with Manchester United. That's the main reason he come back to spend this last year with us. It's true. I mean, he does love United. But do you remember that interview he gave a few months ago on Sky Sports where he was like, he did say quite frankly when United were doing a bit poorly, there was an interview he gave and he said, I've not come here to finish 5th or 6th. I've come here to win trophies. That's literally what he said. So I'm just basing it on that, really. But you're right. I mean, he does love United. He's come back here for a reason. And I'm sure we can convince him to stay. I think Ten Hag should absolutely convince him to stay. I don't want him to go anywhere. I think we need to keep him for next season. Kay Slater says, G-Wolf, absolutely. What did G-Wolf say? We need positivity. Oh, yes, we do. What's up with P&O, says Robin. They sacked all of their staff, mate, about a month ago. They sacked all their staff on the cruise liners, the British UK staff, and they just flew in a whole bunch of foreign staff, right, to Southampton to take over that day after just sacking off people with no notice whatsoever. The UK government actually sanctioned them and fined them and stuff because they basically breached employment law and all sorts of stuff. They're a disgrace, mate. They're a disgrace. Chris Goose says, as long as you're here, Pig, I'll keep watching the channel no matter how bad we are. Thank you, Chris Goo. You're a legend, mate. Thanks for becoming a member today as well, man. You think P&O are a fantastic company, says Kate Cadet. Thank you, Chrissy J says, get in, my son. Thank you so much, Chrissy J. Any FIFA tonight? Yes, there is, mate. Been missing it? Yes, there will be. G-Wolf says, if my uncle was still managing director of P&O, that would not happen. Oh, wow, he was the managing director, was he? Go on, G-Wolf. G-Wolf with uncles in high places. Guys, we're going to wrap this preview up there. You go and watch that shit Liverpool game if you want to do that. I'm probably going to stick it on as well. The snooker's on as well. I don't know. I'm probably going to just watch a couple of things and chill, and then I'll be back on with FIFA later, guys. So thank you, each and every one of you, for watching. We've got 158 likes on the stream. Can we get 169? Do drop one before you leave. That sounded a bit wrong, didn't it? Do drop one before you leave. I didn't mean a Donald Trump. I meant a like. Do drop one before you leave. Hit that sub up if you're new. Come back after this video is finished. I always want to hear your predictions for the game, as in the score lines. So come back when it's finished. Comment in the not live comments. Tell me your prediction for the lineup and the score line and all that good stuff. Come in and get your thoughts in. And the goal scorers too. Hey, Wilson Breckenridge. Cheers from America, Piggy. Thank you, Wilson, for watching. Wilson! Thank you, Wilson. Thank you, Vutinator, Primot, Berber, all you legendary mods for getting in here. G-Wolf, Gungshi, thanks for moderating the chat. Eyeball Paul, much love to you, Eyeball Paul, mate. How's that vodka in the eye treating you? Vincent Bullock as well. Have a great night, my friend. You Don. Eamon Barrett, T-Mill, Gungshi. Thank you, Gungshi. It's a great stream. Thank you, Gungshi Legend, for all the mad support, as always. Robin, Flabby G, Batman, T-Mill, Chris Coo, Kate Cadet, you're a legend, sir. Johnny Depp's world first mega pint of wine as well. Thank you for getting loads of stats in here. Come back and get it afterwards, like you always do, Mr. Johnny Depp's World. By the way, I noticed you post links. They don't get so all links to videos basically get hidden. I have to approve them anyway. So there's a whole bunch of comments which go to a held under review section. No point posting links, really, to be honest with you, Johnny Depp's World's First Mega Pint of Wine, because it's just extra work for me, and I don't really go in there that often to approve them, mate. Dylan Sukari, get in there. T-Mill, Mark Harris as well. A up, son. A up, Duck, getting in here late as well, you Don, Mark Harris. Thank you so much for joining us, you hero. Have a great evening. We'll be back in a bit, Mark Harris, with some FIFA action. Eamon Barrett as well. Jonathan Gallagher, thanks for moderating the chat, you Don. Billy as well. We're just wrapping up, Billy, but great to see you. Have a great night. Come back with your predictions for the game tomorrow, Billy, you legend. Your long-time channel member, Don. Chris Koo, Kate Cadet, Robin, Gungsheaf, Vincent. Did you see my comment or just your name? I just saw your name, Vincent Bullock, because we're wrapping up. Let's have a look. He says, Pie Cry, can you please check your Instagram? I've waited along for you. Do you know what, Vincent, for that attitude? No. Chief United said, come play with me on GTA Process, G-Wolf United. I'm actually having date night with Mrs. P. So I better not, G-Wolf United, my son. But thank you very much for the offer, though. Let's have a look at this then. I thought I told you not to message me anymore, Vincent. I'm just joking. I'm just joking. Here he is here. Okay. Oh, nice, mate. You got a cheeky little signed photo from Ralph Rangnick. He's only got to send off for a Ralph Rangnick photo. Love it. Get in there, my son. Nice one, dude. That's awesome. Nice one, Vincent Bullock, man. That's pretty sweet. I like you. You've got a pretty impressive autograph collection, don't you? I like your style. Tonight, Jordan Lewis will be back with FIFA tonight, around about 11:30 p.m. That's the end of the stream, guys. Thanks so much for watching. As I say, come back, get your thoughts and opinions in about the game tomorrow. Let us know how it's going to go down. Fucking come on, United. Let's smash up those Chelsea scummers and restore a tiny little bit of pride. Surely they've got to at least be fighting for a little bit of pride here. Hopefully. See you then, guys. We'll be doing a watch-along for it, starting half an hour before the game as well. So please do come and join us for the live stream tomorrow night and FIFA later on. Have a good one, guys. That's it from me. Fucking come on, United. See.